When your inspection jobs require performance and versatility, the Seesnake Max rM200 lateral inspection camera from Rigid delivers. With the rM200, you get a compact system that's easy to transport, easy to store, and easy to use. The rM200 is equipped with a 200-foot push cable that combines optimum stiffness with a low-friction outer jacket for maximum distance with less effort. The newly designed camera head can push through multiple turns in lines as small as 1 1/2 inches and deliver clear images in lines up to 6 inches in diameter. The rM200 is available in a basic configuration that includes a handle and carrying strap, or with the optional wheel kit. The kit includes wheels for easy transport and a folding handle that can be used to support the reel during operation. The rM200's front-facing keypad gives you easy access to the system's display options, which include day and date, time, distance, and text comments. The rM200 also includes a powerful inline transmitter, or SOND, which is located inside the spring, right behind the camera head. When activated, the SOND transmits a signal that can be located with a Rigid receiver, so you can pinpoint the camera's position in depth. Each system includes pipe centering guides. Pipe guides help center the camera in the line for a better image and can help the camera push through fittings and offsets. In the next few minutes, we'll show you how to connect the rM200 to your Seesnake monitoring system. We'll perform a sample inspection to help demonstrate its features and controls, and we'll show you how to disassemble and clean your new camera system. Your rM200 is ready to use right out of the box. Once you've unpacked your camera and read the operator's manual, you're ready to get started. The reel ships with the camera head stowed inside the drum, so we'll need to reach into the access hole and feed the camera through the guide hole. To avoid damaging the push cable, be sure to feed it through the guide hole and not the access hole. If your reel has wheels, fold the handle into the extended position to roll the unit, and press the release button on top to fold the handle down. When you fold the handle towards the back, there's a detent at the midpoint so you can lay the reel back at an angle. The handle can be stowed on the front or back of the unit. Before taking your unit into the field, it's a good idea to inspect a line that you're familiar with to get comfortable with your equipment and learn its controls. There's a 4-inch main line close by, so we'll inspect that one. We want to position our equipment so that we can work safely and efficiently and avoid damage to our equipment. We'll position the reel so that the cable has a straight path into the access point, and we'll keep it within arm's length so we can reach its keypad easily and manage the push cable when we're feeding it back into the drum. We'll tilt the reel back on its handle to make it easier to manage the push cable. We'll place the monitor close to the access point so that we can see the monitor and the push cable at the same time. Once we've set up the monitor, we'll go ahead and power it on. We need to connect the rM200 to our monitor, so we'll unwrap the Seesnake system connector from its storage hooks on the case and position the connector so that its pin pattern matches the connector on our monitor. We'll mate the connectors and tighten the locking sleeve. The Count Plus can display text information, and you can turn this display on or off by pressing the text key on the rM200 keypad. We don't want text on the screen, so we'll turn it off. The rM200 includes small and large ball-type centering guides and a camera head guide. The camera head guide works well for most applications, but in this case we're going to use the small ball guide. To install the ball guide, we'll make sure that the red sliding locks are in the unlocked position and that the blue latches are fully opened. We'll slide the guide over the camera head and position it on the spring close to the camera head. To secure the guide, we'll press the blue latches all the way down. Then we'll slide the red locks over the latches. We want to position the guide a little further back on the spring, and we can do that by simply rotating the guide. Our entry point will be through a cleanout in the floor. We want our distance measurements to begin from the access point, so we'll put the camera in the cleanout and then press and hold the 0 key for about 3 seconds to zero out the counter. We don't need the date and time displayed on the screen for this inspection, so we'll press the date-time key repeatedly until they disappear. We'll let the camera drop down into the main line, and then we'll use a quick push to pop the camera through the fitting. This is a common technique, so let's look at it again. To avoid cable damage, we're going to keep our lead hand close to the access point and then pop the cable through with a quick push. As we continue down the line, we'll keep our lead hand close to the access point to prevent the cable from kinking and to keep the cable from rubbing on the edge of the cleanout. Because the camera rotates as it travels through turns, it's easy to lose track of which way is up. But if there's water in the pipe, like there is in this one, you can keep track of the camera's orientation by observing the water's position on the monitor screen. If the water appears at the top of your screen and the camera appears to be turning to the right, then the camera is actually turning to the left. We're finished with our practice inspection, so we'll retrieve the cable. To help keep our cable clean, we're going to wipe it down as we retrieve it. We'll keep our lead hand close to the access point and pull the cable straight up so that the outer jacket doesn't scrape on the edge of the access point. This will help extend the life of our push cable. And to minimize the chance of kinking the cable, we'll keep our other hand close to the drum so that the cable feeds in straight and smooth. When we're done retrieving the cable, we'll wipe off the camera and lens and clip the spring into its storage clip on the case. At this point, you've seen the basics of connecting and operating the rM200, and there are just a couple of more features that you need to know about. The rM200 is equipped with an inline transmitter, or SOND, which is located inside the spring right behind the camera head. When activated, the SOND transmits a signal that can be located with a rigid receiver so you can pinpoint the camera's position and depth. Seesnake monitoring systems have a dedicated control for turning the SOND on and off. This control varies depending on your monitor, so refer to your monitor's operating instructions for details. The rM200 keypad also has a SOND key that performs the same function. Press once to turn the SOND on, and press again to turn it off. For instructions on locating the SOND, refer to your receiver's operator's manual. All Seesnake monitors have a dimmer control that lets you adjust the camera's light output. Pressing the key repeatedly will incrementally dim the lights and then bring them back to full brightness. The rM200 has a dimmer key that performs the same function. The easiest way to keep your push cable clean is to run it through a rag while retrieving the cable. Running the cable through a rag will do a good job of keeping your push cable and drum clean. The best way to clean the case is to spray it down and wipe it clean. To avoid damaging the push cable, make sure the camera is fully stowed inside the drum before opening the case. Unwind the Seesnake system cable and unlock the 6 latches that hold the case closed. Open the case and remove the drum. To avoid getting dirt, debris, or moisture on the drum's electrical contacts, we're going to set the drum on a clean towel. You'll also need to remove the slip ring cartridge. To avoid damaging the contact pins inside the cartridge, handle it carefully. We're going to wrap ours in a clean towel and set it out of the way. We'll move the case away from the drums and slip rings, and then we'll hose it off and wipe it clean. When we're finished, we'll wipe off the excess water and set the case in the sun to let it dry. There are two key points to remember when cleaning your rM200. First, handle the slip ring cartridge carefully. Keep it dry, protect it from mechanical shock, and don't bend or break the contact pins inside the cartridge. The second key point is to make sure that the camera head and push cable are fully contained inside the drum whenever the case is open. Pulling the push cable out of the drum may result in a kinked cable and an expensive repair. In the past few minutes, we've taken a quick look at the rM200's features, capabilities, and configuration options. We've shown you how to connect it to your Seesnake monitor, and we've detailed its operation. Now that you've seen the basics of operating the rM200, be sure to watch Seesnake Tips and Tricks, which is included on the product DVD and is also available on the Rigid Today YouTube channel. Seesnake Tips and Tricks goes far beyond the basics with tips and techniques that will help you get the most out of your equipment. On behalf of the entire Rigid team, thank you for purchasing the rM200, and thank you for watching this video.